he ain't turning. He's not turning. You know. What's with that Google?
I think it's stopped.
Whatever. Let's wrap this up.
But it's like imagining, there's that basket of like what was it, like 5 pieces of bread?
Dude, it's still going.
It's like 5 pieces of bread.
Hey, Google. Stop.
Alright, I think it's stopped.
Yeah, motherfucker. We're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up. Wanna give a motherfucker sucker, put your hand up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 83 of the ScruffCast. I'm John.
And I'm Dan.
I almost got a little nervous there, like I forgot how to do the intro.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, we were gone last week. We hope you didn't miss us too much. But like we like to say, we're back.
We're back. Yay. I'm already feeling like this is getting off to a sluggish start.
I feel so too. Like I've been a little under the weather. And we've been literally under the weather because it's been snowing a shit ton recently.
Oh my God, it's been insane out there. Yeah, and you're also a little sick.
Yeah, just been taking a knee,
I like that.
Just slowing things down. So we're back after the week off. It's not gonna lie, we don't have a stacked agenda this week.
Yeah, and speaking of such,
do we want to get into it right away?
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's disappoint everybody right off the bat.
All right.
We've kind of hit a wall here at the ScruffCast. Now, we enjoy doing this.
Yeah, I love doing the podcast.
But it's getting a bit stale. And I'm sure it's getting stale for everyone else out there, too. You know what I mean? We're kind of just out of ideas. We don't know what to do. We've kind of
we plateaued a little.
Yeah, we've kind of said this before, too. We've kind of come up with new things. But we're at a point now where we just don't know what to do anymore. This just talking and doing, just talking about nothing is, I don't know, kind of getting a little boring for us too, I guess, right?
A little. It's almost kind of we need a bit of structure somehow. We need something to go off of. That's what we need. We need something to go off of.
Yeah.
A long time ago, we used to read articles. I don't know how many episodes we stopped that. Maybe 40 episodes ago.
Yeah, which we're not going back to that.
We're not going back to the articles. Like we always said, if you guys find something interesting, email it to us.
Which has happened, here and there.
Which happened every now and then. We should read the articles. Remember Jabroni of the Week, Hero of the Week?
Yeah.
Those are long gone. Then we used to do, Question and Ponder. That's what it was.
Yeah.
We did that for a while. And then we had a hard time coming up with questions. So then we came up with top fives. So
yeah.
Those have been rolling strong. But then again, every week we kind of struggle to behind the scenes. To the listeners, it comes in, it's bam, Jon and Dan got the top 5. They're flawless.
No, it's impossible to think of more top 5s.
And it's hard to come up with the good ones, right? I think probably this is almost like a little ScruffCast retrospective here.
Yeah.
But hey, we got an empty notes agenda, so let's just roll with it.
Let's go.
I feel like probably one of the best ones was when we did our top 5 items we'd want, in a deserted island.
Yeah, and then the honorable mention was someone you could take with you.
Yeah. That was a good one. And
then, stuff like that was fun, but it's hard to not repeat yourself and keep doing things over and over.
Yeah, it's fun doing top 5 favorite celebrities. Sure. But it's is that exciting for you guys? That's the thing. We could sit here and talk about literally whatever.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining enough. But you guys, however many of you are out there, you're Wednesday mornings, awesome. I was going to say, sick, the ScruffCast. Wednesday morning, sick.
This is sick.
You see the episode come live on the feed, so then you download it and you listen to it on your commute on the train or you're driving or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe you're some sort of beefcake and you're working out like a loser. And, it's working out's for people who are in shape, not me. I said I was under the weather. Give me a break.
All right.
I lost my train of thought.
It doesn't matter. So our whole point is, we don't know if it's exciting for you guys anymore. Because I think mostly it's because it's not exciting us as much anymore, which probably makes it a hell of a lot less exciting for you guys. I'm sure you can feel it on the other end.
Sometimes we're on, right? Because I feel like Christmas with friends, that was pretty good.
That was easy, yeah, because that was, yeah.
We had something to go off.
There was structure.
Christmas.
But besides that, we don't really know where to go. And I've got some bad news for some of the listeners out there. The thing that we love the most is sports.
Yeah, it's the thing we have in common.
We could sit here and talk about sports for 5 hours straight. We could talk about any sports, all sports. But I know there's some people out there who probably wouldn't like that.
Oh, for sure.
But like, if you want to hear us at our best, that's probably where it is.
Or something.
So we're running. Our whole point is we're running out of options, and we're kind of getting to the point where either we end the ScruffCast,
Which neither of us want to do.
which we don't want to do.
Bruh, we're only 17 from the Magic 100.
I know, which we don't want to do. But I mean, like at the same time, we don't want to keep putting out just stale product. You know?
Yeah, like,
we want to have that best before date at least 3 days before.
Yeah, you go to the market and, ooh, look at the bread and you go squeeze it and you're like, stale.
God, I can see the mold on
I
it.
can bludgeon someone with this baguette.
Yeah.
You want it to be fresh, like you squeeze it and you almost fall over because you almost fall through the bread. So
yeah,
fresh.
I get it. I get that freshness. Yeah, so we're either just at the point where we're just going to call it quits, which we don't want to do.
No, I think it's unlikely we would call it quits.
Or
I
the podcast goes to sports.
Yeah, maybe we go through a rebranding.
Yeah. Because this
The
is kind of...
Sports Scruffs with Jon and Dan. And then it has like a little TSN type intro. Like,
Yeah.
That
See, I'm already liking the idea of this even better. Because, without any other structure, like, we're kind of lost. We don't really know what to do anymore. We're like 83 episodes in. I think the biggest problem is we didn't think we'd come this far to begin with.
Oh, no.
We thought we'd do, remember the 3 we did originally and release them all at once? I thought that was it. I didn't think we were going to do more than that.
Yeah,
and here we are.
I'm literally staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning on Monday nights. I have to work the next day to edit the podcast and everything together.
So
put them up on YouTube.
Yeah, we're already like well past our expiry date. How long we thought we'd do this. So let us know. What do you guys want us to keep doing this? Do you have any ideas of what we could do, or do you want to hear a sports podcast? I know there's some people who don't.
Yeah, definitely. Right,
but others may want to. So let us know.
Maybe we could work sports in there, like somehow. It's like part of the show or something.
Yeah,
like it doesn't have to go the full way.
I'd be on board.
The podcast can't be everything for everybody.
No,
it'd be
can't.
Like our moms are out there. They'll be like, let me skip this 20 minutes. They're talking about who the heck is Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know. They don't know. So
but if that other part of the podcast is all killer no filler, then maybe that's good enough. But it's like, what do you guys want? Do you like this? Like what's been going on so far? Like we need something. We need a little spice.
Yeah.
We need something. Like top 5 is good. I like top 5, but coming up with the ideas is a little.
We're a marriage 15 years in right now.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Like things have just it's not the way it once was. I mean, the marriage isn't over. You're not like constantly arguing and stuff, but there's no spice. There's no magic anymore.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry. I defrosted the chicken.
Maybe we need a nice vacation, the two of us, to rekindle the ScruffCast magic.
I know, we got to hold out for our golf trip.
So speaking of, sign up to our Patreon. Send us money.
That's what I'd love to do if we could get big enough. I've long talked about if this could just be a full-time job. See, dream gig, the ScruffCast is like an interview type podcast where we just have awesome guests each week.
Yeah.
Like famous guests.
Which, you know what, we've talked about like, oh yeah, we should bring this friend on and this friend on who would actually be interesting people to talk to.
Yeah.
Like, not that our other guests weren't interesting people to talk to. They weren't.
No shade.
But these people we were thinking about would be more of like an interview type thing.
Yeah, they can talk to us about their field.
Exactly. The two people have very interesting fields.
Yes.
So maybe we just take it upon ourselves to do that. But also, let us know what you want to. Maybe you don't want that.
We don't know what you want anymore. I feel like it's almost like we need to put out a survey, like a listener survey. Like,
I'll get Kalon. He just sent me like a monkey garage survey or something like that.
Oh, what is it?
Storage monkey or something. Monkey wrench, whatever it is. They sent out the survey for our hockey team.
Oh, I think it's called Survey Monkey.
Oh, Survey Monkey. There you go.
That would make more sense.
It would make a lot more sense. So he sent out a thing on that, so maybe that's what we do. Maybe someone else sets that up for us.
You know what? Or maybe it could be set up and I put it in like the description or something. The problem is people who are like behind. Like I know some people who listen to the podcast, but they're like 5, 6, 7 episodes behind still.
Yeah, which happens.
which happens, which is fine. But by the time they catch up, the change will be implemented, right?
True.
So you know what? Yeah, maybe I'll look into that, doing some sort of survey.
All right.
If you guys want to see it, then you have to look in the description of the podcast on wherever you listen, or on YouTube. If you're looking on the YouTube video, it's not like such a boom. If you're looking on the YouTube video, and you got to follow us on Twitter at ScruffCast.
Yeah.
Or on Instagram at the ScruffCast. We'll put it out there. Because what do you guys want? Because then it could be anonymous that way, right?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe we've been sitting out there just waiting. Like, the listeners know. You write in, oof, you take the risk of getting roasted, right?
It's true.
Which, does that scare you guys off? Are you guys scared of writing in because we're going to roast?
Nobody's scared of us. Come on.
I don't know.
So scared of roasting them to the other 3 people who listen to this?
Yeah, they'll be like, oh no. By process of elimination, the other 3 listeners are going to know it can only be one of 3
That's
other
true
people,
too,
right?
yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, let's continue on.
That was a nice uplifting 10 minutes of us just contemplating the future of our show.
Yeah, seriously. All jokes aside, we're a little stuck right now. We need your help.
Yeah,
we say all the time, email in, do this and that, but this time we really need your help because we don't know where to go. And if you want to keep this thing rolling, as we do, we need your help. We need your input. We need to know what you guys want.
Yeah, if you listen to the show, doesn't matter who you are or how you know us or don't know us. We need some feedback.
We need your input, please.
Yeah, I'll read 25 emails if we had 25. One person emails 25 times. That's the only way we get that many emails.
Probably, yeah. Which we'd also read all those. So
we'd read them all. Yeah, maybe I'll try to set up a survey or something. But yeah, we need some feedback.
All right.
What do you guys want the ScruffCast? It's like, as fun as it is, we hang out every week. We do the podcast, right? But we don't do it for us because we sit around and before we get on the mics, we're just sitting around talking anyway.
Realistically, the more fun thing for us would probably just to be sit there and continue sitting there.
Exactly, right? Because
not that we don't do this, and not to sound like we're a parent, we're doing this for you guys, okay?
Yeah, for your own good.
That's not what this is about. Originally, it was fun. And we set it up. We're going to make a podcast, and we did it. We already accomplished what we originally set out to do.
Yeah,
which was just to put one episode out.
Exactly, especially coming back from
the
hiatus too. I thought the hiatus was going to kill us.
Yeah, so let us know.
Yeah,
let us know what you guys want,
right? Because we don't do it for us. We do it for you guys.
Yeah.
I don't want to say shitty. I don't know. It's oh, look at how great we are. That sounds, you know what I mean? We do it for you. But we do. That's really what it is, because we don't record it and then sit around and listen to it.
Yeah, let's not kid ourselves. We know there's not a lot of people who listen to this.
No.
But the people who listen to it are diehard almost,
Yeah, they're followers, right? They're the Scruff disciples.
Well, we don't want to let them down, right? We want to continue putting this out for them if they like it. At the end of the day, growing the show would be great and stuff like that, but I'm more than happy to just do it for these people too.
Yeah,
but we need to know where to go next. That's all. We're lost. We're lost sheep.
Exactly. So we need some shepherds.
That's right. Please be our shepherds.
All right.
That's
enough of a plea. But we're serious this time.
Yeah. We've joked before about how, I was leaving the podcast and this and that. No one's none of that stuff. This is real.
Yeah, no bits and bytes.
No bits and bytes.
I even have it in the notes here. Plea to the listeners. Speak up! That's how you know it's serious. All right, well, one of our listeners wrote in this week to scruffcast@gmail.com, just like all you guys out there can, and we hope you will. And their subject line is bucket list. Hey, ScruffCast. Hope you both are doing well. I'm just laughing because I remember the time we got an email. Same person. It's hope you've been well.
Hope you've been well.
Yeah. Hey, ScruffCast. Hope you both are doing well. Wanted to write in to give a suggestion for the top 5 this week and also write in my top 5 bucket list items. Eric Cartman from South Park once said, Stan, don't you know the first law of physics? Anything that's fun costs at least $8. $8 seems pretty low.
That is true.
Now, do we want to read the next
South Park's been out for a while, so
yeah, it is true.
Back in the 90s, maybe.
Right. So then they give a suggestion for the top 5. Do you want to read what it is? Because we're not going to do it this week.
Yeah, we're not doing it this week. Reason because we didn't read this email till now.
No, we like to, be surprised on
so
the
we
show
technically already have a top 5, so this one can be moved to next week. Yeah, you might as well read it. Screw it.
Sure.
And then people can advance right in their top 5
Maybe that's
answers.
what we should do. Instead of getting like, okay, did you listen last week? Well, write in because this episode,
Yeah. Okay. Let's change it up.
All right.
I like it.
All right. So they said.
I feel like I'm yelling into this mic right now.
That's what the
listeners yelling, but I was getting like too close too.
Well, that's what they get.
All right.
Don't you know anything fun costs at least $8? And the listener says $8 seems pretty low. So what are your top 5 favorite fun things to do under $20? So
this is an interesting question.
It is. It's actually a good suggestion.
Yeah, and it's like also a little challenging because there's not a ton of fun things to do under $20, but there still is some things.
Yes. So there you go, listeners. Top 5 favorite fun things to do under $20. Write into ScruffCast@gmail.com. That'll be our top 5 next week.
Love it.
All right, thanks for the suggestion.
I already have some ideas in my mind already.
Oh, can't wait. All right. Listener goes on to say, here's my bucket list. Number 5, an epic Vegas trip. I feel like with the right group of people, you can make or break yourselves in Vegas. And that possibility makes the trip even more exciting. 2021, gents?
Yeah, we talked about this last week, that whenever you decide to get married.
Oh, yeah.
The bachelor party.
Did we talk about this?
Yeah. Well, not last week, 2 weeks ago, I guess.
2 weeks ago?
Maybe 3 weeks ago. I don't remember when it was.
I never remember.
We joked about it, but all jokes aside,
I've never been to Las Vegas. I'd love to go.
I've never been either. It'll be a hoot.
A hoot and a half, maybe.
A hoot and a holler.
Number 4. See Manchester City play in the Champions League. The Champions League is a tournament where the top teams in Europe battle it out during the season outside their own country's league. Just coughing a little. Remember, I'm under the weather. Outside their own country's league, it would be amazing to see them play in the semis or the finals.
I'm happy he explained that because I had no idea what Champions League was.
I thought it was just the league itself. But I think, for sports inclined listeners and for you, Dan, like how they have the Memorial Cup for hockey, which is like there's multiple junior hockey leagues in Canada, and then like the top teams from each of the league play in like a tournament. Yeah. I think it's like that, but for soccer.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
All right, number 3, own my dream guitar and bass. Since I've gotten into playing both instruments, I've had my eyes on 2 instruments that were completely out of my budget. The PRS Custom 24 and the Warwick Thumb 5-string bass.
I don't know exactly what the PRS Custom 24 is, but I don't know that specific one, but those PRS guitars are outrageously expensive.
Like how much are we talking
about?
I
think just like a regular PRS is like $1,600, $1,500-$1,600.
Oosh, that's price for a guitar.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is like an even cooler version, right?
Yeah.
But they're really nice guitars.
Especially if it's just kind of like a hobby. You're just playing for fun and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty pricey.
Yeah, I guess so, right? It's like,
Yeah, it's not like you're like going out for gigs and stuff.
Yeah, if you were making some money on the side doing it at coffee shops or something like that, you could maybe justify spending that kind of money, right? But
number 2, stay in New York for a month or longer. New York is probably my favorite city I've ever been to. I would love to act like I live there for a bit and be really social. You could fool the locals. I like that one. We've been to New York. We went together a couple years back.
We did.
And that was
That was 5 years ago.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was
wow.
2015. Oh, boy. That was like 50 pounds ago.
Yeah. For you.
Ouch.
I was going to say, I was always heavy even back then. That's my cover-up.
Number 1, explore Europe. It's the only continent I've been really trying to travel to, and I feel like it's the one that everyone should visit in their lifetime. Seems like no matter the country there, it's filled with history, architectural beauty, and a bevy of activities for everyone.
A bevy.
Listener using the word bevy.
Love it.
Just like I used in the description of the podcast last week. I hate when people call beverages bevies.
Yeah. Well, it's like appies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go die.
Yeah, we all know. All right. Looking forward to the podcast as always, and continue the good work. Continue the good work. That makes us sound like prophets. And as they tell us, looking forward every week, continue the good work. And we're like, what are we doing? Oh, this is the worst.
Yeah, he mentions Europe in that, and that's interesting. I went to Europe a couple of years ago. I think I've talked about it 17 times on this podcast, but he's right though. I never had any interest in going to traveling to Europe at all. Zero interest, and I had to I didn't have to go, but you know what I mean? It was kind of like it was my wife's parents' 25th anniversary, and they wanted to do it there, so I was invited, and I wasn't going to say no, obviously. But I didn't have any real interest in going to Europe. You know what I mean? And, I hate to say it, but, Poland wouldn't be up there on my list of places to go in Europe. You know what I mean? Before going
Fair
there.
enough.
But, Now that I've been, I would go back in a heartbeat. I loved it, and he's right. There's like just so much history, like probably everywhere there, right? Like it's crazy. Good food, good drinks.
It's just like a
plentiful amounts.
Different lifestyle over there.
Yeah,
it's a little more laid back.
Yeah,
I'm tired of this North American hustle and bustle.
Yeah,
and I'm barely hustling or bustling.
I'm all about those courtyard patios,
Yeah, like I want to go to the beach in the afternoon.
Yeah. When we were in Poland, my love for popcorn, right?
Oh, yes.
So we were in Poland, and so you know how like the classic European like town square kind of thing. So all around the outside in this one city we were in was like the restaurants and stuff, right? So we were just having a drink at a few different ones, and we said, "Dude, they had a little bowl of popcorn in the middle." I couldn't believe it.
See, that's nice because you can't let popcorn sit
what I'm
there
talking
forever.
about.
So you got to be popping it and
exactly
being attentive.
Respect.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
I say all right as if we're moving on to the next thing, but we don't really have the next thing.
We don't really have any. No, not really. See, this is why we were, putting the plea out there to listeners.
One thing I'm going to jump into, actually, that again, some people aren't going to like, is football. Now,
sure,
we'll make it somewhat brief, but like I said, we're big sports fans, and the Super Bowl's coming up in 2 weeks.
Yep.
So it's an exciting time. Now, me and John, we do a football pool. I should say, I was going to say every year, but we've only done it the past 2 years. And in fairness, you got into it because of your stepdad, and then I got into it.
Yeah, so I did it for a few years, maybe like 3 or so, and then, so maybe it's like 4 or 5 now, and then you joined in last year.
Yeah. So it's something fun to do, and then this one we're in this year has like a playoff version, right? So how are you doing in that, by the way?
I think I'm like one. I'm like, how many games has there been? 9? No, 10, because there's 11. Yeah. I think I'm like 2 and 8. Like I got 2 correct. It was pretty shit.
I think I'm 5 and 5.
To be fair, though, we're picking against the spread. So for a listener out there doesn't know what the spread is, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we could be a little educational gambling podcast.
Here we go.
I love gambling.
It's alarming.
It's a way of betting, because if like one team is really good compared to the other team, when you're betting, you can be like, I'm just going to pick the
good team, obviously.
The good team to win, right? More often than not, you'll get the bet correct. The way the spread works is it's a point spread, right? So they'll add a certain amount of points. So it'll be like, this team, like let's say New England, right, versus Miami, who's like really shitty compared to New England, is like plus 10.5. So that means that Miami, if you take the final scores of the game and then you add 10.5 to the shittier team, if their number will be higher, right, so they can lose by 10.5, then you'll win.
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
And the reason it's a half point is, even though you can't get half points, is because if it was exactly 10 and then they lost by exactly 10, then it'd be like a tie, right? Which in gambling called
that's why they do the half points.
Yeah, I sound like I'm like really into gambling, which is called a push. And you have to talk to the bookie and get some more juice on the bet. Anyways, so we're picking against the spread, and I've done really shitty so far.
Yeah, you've had a rough go of it.
Should be noted, though, I won the final week of the regular season.
It should be noted, I tied for 6th out of like 100 and something people. So.
That's pretty good. It's not bad.
No big deal. The playoff one hasn't gone so well. And it's funny because I talked to you, we were messaging each other about this, I think like the first week of the playoffs. And, it's after the wild card games. And I said it's going to be Seattle-Baltimore final. Which, for anyone who knows now, they weren't even in the games yesterday. They didn't even make it to the semifinals, the top 4.
The same week you mentioned that they both lost.
No, they didn't even make it into there. So, do you have any predictions of who won the Super Bowl? For those who don't know, it's Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers.
And the Super Bowl is actually in Miami this year.
Yeah.
It's a really shit team. I'll probably go with Kansas City, I think. But, we're just picking, right? We're not, picking against the spread or anything like that, so...
Yeah, I would go on Kansas City as well. I think at the end of the day, the better quarterback. There's a good chance the better quarterback's team will win.
Was it last year's Super Bowl where it was really low scoring, or was that the year before?
It was last year with the Rams and the Patriots. Yeah,
and the year before was a really high scoring one.
The year before was when the Patriots came back against Atlanta, was it not?
No, it was a couple years when they played the Eagles.
Sorry, it was the Eagles.
Yeah.
No, didn't they win 2 in a row?
Yeah, they did.
They just win so much. I just don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, we're kind of getting into the sports weeds now.
Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, you're going Kansas City too, right?
I think so. We'll wait for the spread to come out. You know what we'll do? We'll do a Super Bowl bets on the next week's podcast.
I like it. Yeah,
with some bets.
I'd like
maybe we can come up with like a couple
some prop bets.
Yeah, like 10 bets and like $1 per bet or something.
I think
like each or something.
We kind of did this before, didn't we?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I think we picked. That was when the Rams. Was that when the Rams?
No, that was the Eagles.
That was the Eagles. I think we were picking, and then I think we both wanted New England to win in the bets.
Yeah.
And then last year we were on the hiatus of the podcast.
Yeah, we were. God damn.
Right. Yeah, we'll come up with some bets.
Yeah.
Maybe the listeners can write in and then send us their money, and we're like, organize all the games.
Oh, we're the bookies.
We're the bookies. Maybe we just become like a gambling, like
the gambling podcast.
It's just like an avenue. We're just bookies with a weekly show.
Yeah, we play it off as if we have a podcast.
Yeah,
it's like the mafia guys who own a cigar shop.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, we just snipped a couple cigars today. Yada yada. $5,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are expensive cigars.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's all kosher. Obviously, we're just kidding about becoming bookies. We don't want the feds on our tail here.
Or do we?
No. You know what? We're talking about spicing up. That'd definitely be spicy.
That would be spicing it up big time.
Recording in remote locations every week.
Because we're trying to avoid the fuzz.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still recording and uploading recordings of us talking. Yeah, we'll get more into the weeds of the football stuff.
Yeah.
Next week.
We'll do it a little more next week. Closer to Super Bowl Sunday.
All right. Anything else?
No. I got nothing, man.
Okay. Well, so we can move on to what's normally the best part of every week's show, the top five.
Okay, so we talked earlier. See how long I was doing that song for? It's because I was delaying because I got a text message I was reading.
I got a message as well. It's probably the same one.
It's the same message, yeah.
We're just so popular.
So popular. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So as we said earlier, we don't want to repeat ourselves, which is exactly what we're doing today. Because today's top 5 is top 5 favorite movies, part 2.
Yes, back on episode 60, which is hard to believe it's 23 episodes ago.
Crazy.
Now. We did top 5 movies.
With special guest Ian.
Yes. I think the episode was called Tokyo Shit.
It was, because that was one of his movies for some strange reason.
Yeah. So before we go into movies, I kind of have like a random movie resolution that I made just the other day when I was sitting at work on Wikipedia. Obviously not working.
Yeah, obviously.
I said, okay, you know what? Because I think I saw a trailer for the new James Bond movie. I said, you know what I'm going to do in 2020? I'm going to watch every James Bond movie.
Wow,
There's like 25.
You need to watch like one a week. No, one every 2 weeks.
There's like 25, 26. I'm like, that's not that hard.
No, I guess
and I'll get
not.
to cap it off when the James Bond movie comes out. When does that come out this year?
I don't know. I think it comes out like May or like mid-year. It's not coming out at the end of the year.
I was hoping like in December, so it's like perfect.
Yeah.
Well, then it'll be out on like, I don't know, Netflix by then.
True. Yeah.
So we'll see. We can do a little James Bond check because there's like some old ones, but I'm like, no, but I want to, I want to actually do something cool.
Yeah, I hear you. That's a good idea. Now, the thing is with movies too, it's like as soon as we finish that podcast, not as soon as, but like I think like a week later, there was a movie that instantly popped in my mind, and I thought to myself, God damn it, why didn't I put that one on my list?
That's always the way it goes.
It's a little chance for redemption, you know what I mean? And also to expand our top 5, maybe into like a top 10 sort of, because there's so many good movies out there that we all love.
And it's so, I don't want to say, of course it's subjective, but it's like if we did this list, once a week, it would change every week, right? Some of these movies would have been in the actual top 5. Some of the ones from the top 5 bumped out here.
There's some recency bias.
Exactly. You watch one a little more recent, and then you're like, that movie is pretty good.
All right. You want to start, or you want me to start?
Didn't we say whoever does the intro, the other person starts?
Right. So I'll start. My number 5, Olympus Has Fallen.
Ooh. You just mentioned this.
I did.
Not too long ago to me.
So, these movies, so there's technically 3 of them now. I've only seen 2 of them. So there's Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen. So for anyone who hasn't seen these movies, it's Gerard Butler as he's like a Secret Service guy. And the president is, it was Aaron Eckhart? Guy who played Two-Face in Batman. And so the movie's pretty much, someone's taking over the White House and Gerard Butler's got to go in and save the day. It seems like, your classic whatever movie. But these movies are so goddamn entertaining. And, like, the action is so good in it. And, like, it's not like... Okay, so there's another movie called White House Down.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
Who's in that one?
Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum. That one's a little more like, whoa, I'm saving the White House. No, this one's, like, gritty, It's, like, a little more gritty. Yeah. It just, like, stabs people in the throat.
I always appreciate a gritty movie.
Yeah, these are a gritty series. So I've seen the two of them. Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen. London Has Fallen is like equally as good almost as Olympus Has Fallen. And I will eventually see the third one, Angel Has Fallen. But I can't get enough. I love how just like gritty. Like it was a movie too that I wasn't expecting anything out of. You know what I mean? Just one of these, like, it's an action movie. I'll check this out.
Is this the first one?
And it far surpassed my expectations. Like, I was like, whoa, this movie's, like,
See, it's always nice to be pleasantly surprised like that.
For me, like, I loved it. Loved it.
All right, interesting. I'll have to add it to my Netflix list.
Yeah.
All right, long-time listeners may remember, my Netflix list got deleted long ago because my girlfriend Taryn wiped it out when she tried to change the language to Japanese. I'm still salty about it.
It's still a pretty funny story, though.
I'm still salty about it every time I go on there, and I'm like, just gotta add this to my list. All right. Speaking of grit, and I said I like gritty movies, this is probably the grittiest one on my list, without a doubt. Number 5 is Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh.
Dan, did you watch this movie?
I did. That is a good movie.
So I think it was like 2017, 2018.
Yeah,
it's a couple years old. And for listeners who haven't seen it, it's what's his name? Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
He plays a what is it? Like a medic? He plays a medic in like World War II. Was it World War II?
World War II. Yeah.
Like, have I even seen this movie? I think he's like a conscientious objector. That's what it is. You refuse to fight. He didn't want to like fire weapons on anybody.
He just wanted to help.
Well, because I can't remember if he had to enlist or something like that. Like he got drafted. But he refuses to actually fight. Like he doesn't want to kill anybody.
Yeah.
Or hurt anybody. So then he gets a position, I guess, as a medic. And it's just a really good movie. And it is pretty gritty. You see people.
It is great. Yeah, it's a good war movie, right?
Yeah, and he's like has to save a bunch of people.
God damn it! I already have another movie. See, that's not on this list.
There's so many good movies. Right?
We're gonna have to save it for part 3, I guess. No, I gotta watch more. I'm swapping something out right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm doing the old swap-a-roo here.
One of my, I guess, general sort of. Well, I know I said the James Bond one, which is kind of related, but I just said I wanted to watch more movies in general this year, because. Maybe like in the theater. Well, talking about movies, last week I went and saw Star Wars.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad. I liked it. I still think probably the best Star Wars related thing since Disney took over is a scene in Rogue One where Darth Vader just goes ham and just...
Rogue One is fantastic.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite out of all the new Star Wars ones.
Yeah. The Mandalorian's really good too. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. All right. My number 4. The one that just made the list right now. Saving Private Ryan.
I knew that's what it was going to be.
Yeah. Like, that movie is so goddamn good.
I've never seen it.
Apparently, like, you've never seen Saving Private Ryan?
I've never seen it. Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's probably in 4K, man. You got to get on there.
Got to get on my 4K TV.
Okay, we're going to throw it on. You got to see the intro to this movie.
I've heard all about it. And I know,
like, apparently, there was guys from World War II that, like, cried watching it because it was, like, so realistic.
Really?
Anyway, yeah. It's like you got Tom Hanks in there. Like, dude, it's so good. Vin Diesel's in it, too.
Really?
Yeah, not that he's the star of the show. He's not even close. But, yeah, it's just a fantastic movie. Everything about it's good. That's it. It's all you even need to say about that.
Did whatever just got bumped, did that become the honorable mention, or did that get booted off the list completely?
It just got booted off the list completely, funny enough.
You'll have to tell me after the show.
I will. You probably know what it is.
Well, I don't know, dude. There's a lot of movies. How am I going to know
what the rating is? When I tell you, you'll go, oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. See, now I've already got an idea what it could be. All right. My number 4 is The Big Short.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of heavy hitters in this movie. What is it? Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Steve Carell and Brad Pitt.
And Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, well, man, there was a lot of good people in this movie. And it's about the housing, like, financial crisis in 2008 when the big recession started.
Yeah.
It's about this guy who, I think he works for another company, and he's, like, really trying to show them, like, hey, based on my algorithms and everything, yada, yada, I can tell there's going to be, like, like a big shit show about to happen with like the housing market, right? And we want, instead of like buying in and putting money here and yada yada, we want to like short it, right? So like, I don't know, I guess for listeners who don't know, when you buy stock, you can either like, if you buy something long, it means you're gonna like buy something and you're gonna hold it because you're expecting it to go up.
Right.
If you are shorting something, it means you are like selling it and then buying it back later, right? So it pretty much just means you think it's going to go down, right?
Right.
And the more it goes down, the more money you make, right?
True, yeah.
So that's why it's called the Big Short, because he's trying to like let the financial firm he works for like know, like, hey, I think this is going to happen. Nobody believes him, right?
Right.
And as we all know, it ended up all going to shit. And so it's called the Big Short because he ended up making like a shit ton of money.
Right. Who plays that guy? I've seen this movie.
That's Christian Bale.
That's Christian
Bale's character.
I've seen this movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. I saw it in theaters, actually.
Hmm.
So that's my number 4. I just love movies like that.
Yeah. All right, my number 3. Catch Me If You Can.
Oh, dude, that's a good one.
Yeah, another Tom Hanks movie. And Leonardo DiCaprio, of course. I can't have a top 5 list without Leonardo DiCaprio making an appearance.
No.
Catch Me If You Can it's one of those movies I could just like put on and watch like over and over again. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's on TV. I'm like, oh yes. And, like I just sit there and watch it. Christopher Walken's in it too. He plays Leonardo DiCaprio's dad.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's just like, it's such a good movie. And it's like, it's based on true events too, right? About how this guy just forges these checks and like forges careers pretty much. I think he starts when he's like 16 or something like that and goes till he's like 20 or 21. It's just insane. Like, claims he's a pilot, this and that, whatever. But he's really good in it, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Tom Hanks is really good in it too.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is the guy trying to catch him.
Yeah. Steven Spielberg's director of that and also Saving Private Ryan. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Good movie, though.
All right, my number 3. Movie based off of a book, which The Big Short might also be based off a book, which is based off real life, is The Martian.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I love space, right? And this movie, so it's based on a book that someone wrote, and it's a fictional take on. It's played by, wasn't it, Matt Damon?
Yeah.
He's part of a crew because it's like set like slightly in the future from the current time where like people are traveling to Mars. Like, nobody, there's no real cities or anything there, but like NASA sending crews out there. There's like a Mars base or whatever, and then they land there. They're there for however long, and they're gonna take off, and like things go to shit, and then. Matt Damon's the only guy who like survives, or maybe they leave without him or something.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah,
and so he's the only guy left on Mars, right? So it's called The Martian, and it's just about him like trying to survive like on the planet and hopefully get back home, right? And it's just it's all like the science in the movie is like all accurate because it's written by somebody who I think used to work for NASA. And I've always wanted to read the book because apparently the book is even better because in the book you can actually
way more into detail
because you can
too.
see what he's thinking. Like you can get his thoughts. Where in the movie is a little different. But it's just really good, really interesting movie. And one of the things that stands out to me is I remember going to watch this movie. They played a trailer for the movie at the theater before the movie itself.
Oh, that's
so I
weird.
have to look away. I'm like, no, I don't want to see because
Right,
it's one of those movies
no
where it's
trailers.
like this concept's right up my alley. I don't want to watch a single second of the trailers because
Yeah.
I already know I'm going to watch it.
True.
And so I don't want to know anything. And then I watched the trailer after the fact. I was like, good thing I didn't watch the trailer because now I would have known some stuff going into the movie.
Yeah, true that
so
you
I
didn't
got
already
total
know.
surprise. So The Martian,
I like
number
that.
3.
All right, my number 2. The Greatest Showman.
Yes.
Ow, I can't get enough of this goddamn movie. Okay? It's a musical, first off, with Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron. So the way I stumbled upon this movie was it was actually my sister and her boyfriend. I think they watched it or whatever, right? And so they had the soundtrack downloaded or something like that. And they were like, "Oh, you should watch this movie, The Greatest Showman." And I was like, "Oh, I heard of that, but I don't even know what that is. What's it about?" Oh, it's about Hugh Jackman plays P.T. Barnum. Like not Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. That's what it's all about. That's how it starts. But it's a musical. It's like his start of the circus, and then they change the whole thing into a musical. And I love musicals. So first, they showed me the title song, like The Greatest Showman. They just played it off YouTube or something like that. And after hearing that song, I was like, I think I'm gonna like this movie. I didn't even know what the movie was about. I just went out and bought it.
Really?
Yeah, I just bought it. I was like, I'm just gonna go buy it and I'm gonna watch it, and I freaking love it. I love this movie. The music in it is fantastic. I bought the movie and then I went out and bought the CD.
Wow.
This is before I had Spotify.
That's like a high endorsement of the
Yeah.
movie.
Oh,
You're willing to spend your cash
this was the one
before
that
you
made
even
me
watch
want to do a part 2 of this.
Oh, really?
This thing.
the one
Yeah,
I didn't
this is
think
the
it was.
one.
I think I do remember you mentioning this. I've only ever seen like probably 70% of this movie, and it was you're playing on an iPad at your house, and then we had to go somewhere, and I was kind of like, oh, I want to see the last half of the movie.
We watched it on an iPad.
Yeah, you just had to play it on the iPad.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Or maybe I'm making that up. Maybe it was playing on a laptop. I don't know.
Either
Or
way.
maybe it was on the TV, and I don't.
Hey, it's on Netflix. You can add it to your list.
That's probably how you're playing on the iPad because it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix now. Oh, but I had it on since I bought the DVD. You can get the
Digital copy.
digital copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right.
maybe that's how I was playing it. So
That was what was that for you? Number 3 or number 2?
that was number 2.
Number 2. My number 2 was the Imitation Game.
Oh, this is with the ugly looking guy, right?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, that's the one.
He plays Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you know he was like rated the most beautiful man in the world a couple years ago by some magazine?
no.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know. Someone just told me that recently. I was like, ugh.
Like, no bueno.
I'm not sitting here saying I'm the most beautiful human being, but goddamn, that guy is ugly.
Like, I don't want to say he's like the ugliest guy ever, but like to rate him like most beautiful?
Give me a break.
Are you off your rocker? What the hell?
Yeah.
Speaking of off your rocker, you know Betty White just turned like 98 years old.
98.
Still kicking.
Crazy.
That's it.
That's it.
Anyways, talking about the Imitation Game. So it's I saw this in theaters a couple years ago, and it's about Alan Turing, which for listeners who don't know, he was a British. I don't want to say computer scientist because like before computers really existed. Well, I don't know. Let's call him like a mathematician or something. And he worked for the English, like the Allies, during World War II, breaking like Nazi like transmissions. Like it was encrypted, right? So like breaking the encryption so they could read the messages, and then they would know where the Nazis were planning on like actually deploying the troops and when the attacks and stuff were coming out. Because back then, it's not like the Nazis just getting on WhatsApp and they're like messaging them, right?
Yeah.
And so these things would be just like broadcasted out like radio waves, so everybody could hear it, but they were encrypted, right?
Yeah. So you try to intercept it and then try to figure it out.
So they had pretty much like a primitive computer, right? Just a giant like mechanical thing that would like flip switches.
Yeah.
And so Alan Turing was like a complete genius at the time, but he was like totally the sort of cliche like misunderstood genius, right?
Right.
But it's based on a true story, and no, it was a really good movie. And if listeners out there have ever heard of like the Turing test, it comes from
him.
Yeah,
from
Alan Turing. Yeah, and the Turing test basically like somebody talking to a computer, and then if you can talk to the computer and not know whether it's a human or a computer, then if you're fooled, then the computer passes the Turing test. And so far, right, it's really, rather than talking to a computer, like talking to an AI, an artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And so far, no sort of AI has managed to pass that test yet.
Which is probably for the best.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
So that's my number 2.
All right. My honorable mention is The Dark Knight of the Batman trilogy. Fantastic movie. Now all three,
is a good one.
All three of the movies, like Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises, are all really good movies. But I think The Dark Knight stands out a little more because, like, it was such like not a departure from Batman Begins, but it was just another level. You know what I mean? From Batman Begins, and you had Heath Ledger play the Joker, which was just unbelievable. He was so good as the Joker. And like it's just a Christopher Nolan movie, which are always so good.
That whole trilogy, dude, is so good.
It's just amazing. Like
I know people like to shit on Dark Knight Rises, but I love that movie too.
Dark Knight Rises is fantastic.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as The Dark Knight, but it's like 1A, 1B. It's
like
it's not that far
Yeah.
off, right? Yeah, Dark Knight is just like such a good movie. Like I don't know.
Dude,
I don't even know what to say. It's just like so good.
I can't disagree. You know what? I thought about this one actually, and it didn't end up making my list. It kind of just slipped on mine.
Yeah.
But it's probably better than the movies I've had on my list so far. Yeah, dude, that's a good pick.
It's really good. Like it, and what's funny is like I'm not a big Christian Bale fan. I don't really like him, and like I didn't like he was good as Batman, but like I didn't care for him. I just don't like him as an actor. But it just gets so outweighed by like how good those movies are. Like, you know what I mean? And Heath Ledger was just unbelievable in that movie. Like, out of this world as the Joker.
Yeah, he ended up winning the Oscar after he died. Yeah.
Yeah, he was unreal. Like, the first whole opening scene where they're robbing the bank, all the different Jokers and stuff like that, like, it's just so good. So good, that movie.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
I love those movies.
Yeah, really good. I'd love to go back and, like, just rewatch all of them.
Yeah, I have the whole trilogy, like, Blu-ray trilogy.
I have the first one on DVD, and the other one's on Blu-ray.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
That reminds me, like, kind of going off on a tangent here. We talked about like doing like ScruffCast, audio. Play this along when you watch a movie thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that trilogy of movies would be a good one to do for.
You know what? We should do that.
We should. We just have to set up the mics and watch a movie.
Yeah.
And we just give our comments.
Pretty easy.
Like we're gonna sit there talking about movies anyway.
Well, yeah, I know. We might as well just
Maybe we'll do that one day.
All right.
My honorable mention. I had a tough time because I have 3 honorable mentions now. I like to use my honorable mentions to, more as like a shout out. So it doesn't mean they're necessarily number 6. It's just like, here's a movie I want to mention.
Fair enough.
And I'm going to go with Nacho Libre. Dude, I fucking love this movie.
Hey, you know what? It doesn't have to be the most critically acclaimed movie.
No.
You don't have to choose it.
It should be.
I had 2 Fast and Furious movies in my last one, okay?
That is true. Dude, Nacho Libre is such a good movie. Jack Black. Like, so funny. Like, if listeners haven't seen it before, it's a... it's about a like luchador, like Mexican wrestler. What's it called? Like a priest. Not a priest. Is he a priest?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like he works for an orphanage in Mexico, like in a really poor area.
Yeah.
And he's a luchador. And he's like secretly being a luchador to help raise money for the church and stuff like that. But you know what makes it even better? Besides the fact it's amazing. It's based on a true story.
No way.
I swear to God, I looked up on Wikipedia. Now, obviously, probably not as, in dramatic a fashion.
Of course,
but it's based on a priest who was secretly a luchador.
That's funny.
But when I found that, I was like, that's incredible.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was my honorable mention. Love that movie.
All right. My number 1, Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, it's a good one.
God damn, this movie was so good. So... for us, like, we've been watching these movies, 11 years. I think Iron Man came out in 2008.
Yeah.
So we've been following this story, the Iron Mans, Thors, Captain America's, or watched all the movies, watched all the Avengers. It's leading up to this final moment, okay? And me and you, we saw Avengers Infinity War in theater.
Oh, dude, I love that one even better.
The way it ended was fantastic.
So good. Like top 5 movie endings all time.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And then the way they go into this one, and then the way they go about it, the movie's like 3 hours long, but it doesn't feel like it's 3 hours. Like, you don't get that feel at all.
It is that long, eh?
And like, and the final end scene, like, oh, dude, there were some moments where I was almost tearing up, man. It was like, I don't know why. It's just a superhero movie, but god damn, it just got to me.
Because it's the culmination.
It's the build-up of everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know I'm watching the final piece. The final piece of the puzzle is about to be, like, put down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what the hell is going to happen?
They're all ready to battle, and it says, assemble. You're like, ooh.
Oh, man. I just got chills. Avengers, assemble. Choice. Oh, man. That final fight scene, it's funny because, like, I think we talked about it on here, how you got a new TV recently.
Yeah.
So when you first got it, we first saw it, we actually sat and watched that final, like, 45-minute fight scene.
Yeah.
Dude, that fight scene's like 45 minutes long.
That's a long action scene.
That's half of a regular movie.
That is. Most movies are like an hour and a half, right? So
we sat there and watched that final, like, 45 minutes, and, like, it just blows me away. There's so much going on. It's like almost Transformers-esque, you know what I mean? There's so much going on the screen, but
you know what?
But it's a lot more clear. It's like...
That's exactly what you say. It doesn't have the problem where you can't tell what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate when movies do that.
Yeah. And it's just like...
tough to pull off.
I thought they nailed everything. I thought they wrapped it up perfectly. I loved it. I thought everybody had the ending that they should have had. Iron Man dying was tough. But
spoilers.
It's like almost... It's
been out for a while.
8 months later. Iron Man's death was tough, but, like, someone had to die.
Yeah,
and he was the one, you know what I mean? He pulls the I am Iron Man. So snaps his fingers.
If we want to just like get into more spoiler territory, I guess just talk about it for a little bit. Why not? It's our show.
Yeah.
What I thought they should have done, right, or what I thought was going to happen, was because if you haven't seen it, this whole conversation doesn't really matter to you guys.
Yeah.
They're going, they have to try to solve time travel, go back, get the Infinity Stones, yada yada. Because 5 years after the snap and everyone disappeared, Iron Man's like kind of moved on. Him and his wife have a kid now. Right?
Yeah.
I thought that they were gonna get to a point where it was gonna be to go back, like to replace everything. They had to give up things since then. So then Iron Man was gonna have to choose between like getting rid of his family
Right.
Or his daughter at the time.
I heard people saying too, it's like as soon as they saw the daughter, it's like, oh, Iron Man's dying for sure.
I thought
he's the one. He's the one that dies.
I thought what they were going to do was he's going to be stuck making like that choice.
Yeah, that would. Yeah,
Dude, I
could have seen that too. I'm happy they didn't go that route.
He's got to do the snap and then let his daughter go. Oh,
yeah, I'm happy they didn't go that route.
That would have been good.
But that snap at the end was just epic. He collects all the Infinity Stones, and then he's the one who finally. He was the one who started. You know what I mean? This whole Marvel franchise almost.
Yeah, and that's what he says at the very end of the first movie.
And he's the one
right?
who ends it.
I am Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly. I am Iron Man. Pow! Snaps those bitches. That's it. Favorite movie. Yeah.
All right, my number one.
Oh,
well, which I guess is
what
like
could it
really
be?
A number 6 is The Founder.
Oh, okay.
So it's similar to my actual number one from the last time we did this. My number one that time was The Social Network, which is about Mark Zuckerberg founding Facebook. The Founder is similar. It's about a person founding a business and becoming super rich and successful and being like really ruthless along the way. It is about Ray Kroc and how he founded McDonald's. I say founded sort of like in air quotes there because McDonald's kind of already existed by these two brothers. I can't remember their names, but their last name was McDonald, right? That's how they came up with McDonald's. Yeah. And he was like Ray Kroc. He was like well in his like, I want to say he's like early 50s or something like that when he came across them and sort of really took over McDonald's. So he was like late in life and he wasn't really successful. He was like a traveling like milkshake machine salesman. Right, like going to burger joint stuff. So then he found McDonald's and they had some revolutionary kitchen system, which, you know, they kind of refined into what McDonald's actually has today. And it's just about how, like the early, I want to say, I don't know, like the 50s, maybe early 60s, where he takes this one little location and then he like wants to franchise it and then just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Just McDonald's becomes this like mega corp that it is now.
But he totally swipes it up from under those guys,
and he totally swipes it up from under. Oh, it's just such a good movie. It's on
Netflix. That
Netflix.
is a good movie.
And he's played by Michael Keaton, who's
awesome.
He's awesome. Yeah, he's really good in that movie. Good somber like soundtrack as well. Just such a good movie, and I love movies of people becoming successful, even if it means being ruthless. Because like secretly, like, you know, I have that fantasy of like, yeah, I'm gonna become so rich, I'm just ruthless. Crush everybody.
I don't think you have it in you to be ruthless. You're too nice. You're a nice guy.
I am too nice.
You're a nice guy.
I am too nice.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
All right, that's it. That's top 5. Let us know your top 5 favorite movies. If you didn't email in before, email in a list.
Or if you emailed in already, we probably forgot.
Exactly. So email in.
And we also gave you that other top 5 suggestion,
that's right.
which was top 5
fun things to do under $20. Yeah. Let us know that one, and we'll have our list ready to go for next week, and we'll read yours next week.
And do not forget the plea we put out earlier. See, once we start talking about movies, like once things started rolling, you know,
we're having some fun.
We got in the rhythm, yeah.
But we can't do top 5 movies every week. That's the problem, right? So
no, we're gonna run out of movies.
Let us know what you guys want us to do.
Yeah, we need your feedback.
We need guidance, please. So as soon as this is done, send us an email of what you guys want.
Yeah, because you know what? I know the struggle is you guys are probably like on the train or you're like driving and you go, oh shit, okay, I gotta send them an email.
Yeah, set an alarm. Set an alarm on your phone right now.
If you're listening right now, hey Siri, remind me in 3 hours to email the ScruffCast.
Yeah.
Or if you're an Android, hey Google, remind me in 3 hours to, you actually triggered my phone. Email the ScruffCast. Boom. There you go. Oh, it's triggering my
Google it's Home's triggering going wild
my
right
Google
now,
Home over there.
There you go. So emails should be flying in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Set an alarm on your phone if you have to. Remember to email us with your great ideas. We know you guys have them. Shut up.
Google Home's still going on there.
All right.
Yeah. And like, are you guys ashamed? Like, then tell your friends. Let them listen too. Then you guys can like talk about like, whoa, did you listen to ScruffCast last week?
What do you always say, John? Share the magic of the ScruffCast.
Yeah,
with
share
your
the
friends.
magic of the ScruffCast. It's like, imagine if Jesus just kept all the miracles for himself. Everyone's out there starving.
Yeah. He ain't turning. He's not turning. You know. What's with that Google? Is it still going?
I think it stopped.
Whatever, let's wrap this up.
But it's like, imagine, you know, there's that basket of like, what was it, like 5 pieces of bread?
Dude, it's still going.
It's like 5 pieces of bread.
Hey, Google, stop.
All right, I think it stopped. Anyways,
I showed her.
Talk about my Jesus analogy. It's like he's got that basket with the 2 fish and like 5 pieces of bread.
Yeah.
And, you know, they pass it around and like the bread, you know, magically never runs out.
It's never ending, yeah.
It's like if it was like that and he saw everybody out there starving, but he's like, nah, I'm just going to keep this unlimited bread for myself.
Yeah.
Like having a little East Side Mario's-esque party.
Exactly.
Unlimited bread, right?
Don't you want to be Jesus?
Exactly. You're going to just keep this bread, the ScruffCast, like the bread for yourself? That's not very Jesus of you.
No. All right. Send us your emails, set alarms, do whatever you gotta do. All right. I think that's it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for listening to episode... No. What episode are we on?
83.
Oh, okay. All right. See, we've been doing this 83 times. I can never get this end part right.
Oh, we took a week off.
We did. You're right. All right. That was episode 83 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
As I'm watching her go, all I'm thinking is, oh damn that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.